leave my phone at home, then that means that my phone might ring. If the phone rings, that's my phone. I don't know where my phone is right now. That's what I'm saying. So it's really wonderful to be here. Thank you so much, Simone, for inviting me to read with Che. Hi, Vance. And yeah, we were doing our community thing for our NIFA poetry fellowships, right? And that's why we were in that room, Medgar Evers, and I remember meeting Simone, and I was like, why don't I know her already? As I sort of did. Okay, so, without further ado, I suppose, I'm gonna read something new, and then I'm gonna read from the book. I feel like I'm hulking over this, but I could just do this, and you hear me too, right? So I can do this too. I don't have to hulk. Okay, so this has a title that's in High Elvish, and it means, from the darkness you will know the light. O Morhenyan Hedhu. Phantom, pantomime, fist, fracture, sledge, hammer, sludge, you're his drudge. Scrub, scrub, scrub the floor, now dry it, now scrub, scrub your pits, scrub your pussy, you still stink. Drudge, scrub, scrub, drudge, scrub, sludge, shadow face, shadow shade, shadow face, run, 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 shadow facts, show us the meaning of haste. Shadow falls, shadow-like, dances, ha, no, broken, but you hold still, entire house, a trap, an electric curtain, each of the grid charged, atom chained by lack, what is, no escape, and escape, how do these people live? Didn't anyone see it when they stepped over the electric threshold into that house, surrounded by lawn, the carefully trimmed hedges red with yewberries? Your mother studies it, then draws the schemata. Oh, he's prancing down them, laughing like his hair's on fire. Father, fire, you are tuned to his density, his shadow always struck first, crawling and thirsty, desirous of molecules, dodging. We read the shadows, don't we, brother? I can see the lightning in a face before it strikes. Oh, I can read you like a book. In the book, the monster has a hammer, but it cannot kill Lancelot. Bloody bone and broken, he nonetheless prevails. I hate that his pain is so exterior and brash. It is more noble to tarry and contain the hemorrhage, the contusion under an undershirt. No one is coming. No one is coming. Nice little poem from my father. Okay, so I'm gonna read from the book. So Proxy is so nicely encapsulated by Simone, but I usually just say it is, hi Erica. Hi. Yes! I'm so happy you're here. My little description of it, it's a unrequited love story in prose poems. So Proxy. And it has a bunch of epigraphs from this book, A Tour of the Calculus, that I was reading at the time, trying to understand. When it has all these different sections. So I'll read the different sections and maybe I'll bounce around. This is a prologue. But first I'll read the epigraph from the Tour of the Calculus. The mathematician is inclined to minimize the details, his intellectual movement retrograde to that of the novelist or physician. Revisiting the facts, the mathematician must resist the tug of those very rich, very voluptuous descriptions of reality that the novelist or physician might favor, dismissing them curtly in favor of two austere abstractions: change in position and change in time. Under the mathematician's hands, the world contracts, but it becomes more lucid. Prologue. A limit is a fixed something toward which other somethings are tending. A tour of the calculus. In this fairy tale, too, there is a castle on a rise above a river. You enter in a cycle. The dew is come in words. The grasp of the offered hand, of falling into spin, craned sequence, flashing before as if curious. The moment you knew everything. When she lifted her eyes from the plate, her gaze was a solar wind stripping the horse of your heart. You couldn't stop writing her, etched the letters along your ribs, painted subway tiles with a bloodied finger. A small underground paper proclaimed the nonsense. I'm just as confused as the next person, you said. She is the gape of a second, a glyph you remembered how to read. The other lovers rattle their sabers. They don't see what. She's not really that. It's all a cumulus din you wait around in when she leaves for years. Her words a dry arroyo. It is all an ice pack, Novocaine, delirium tremens, the haze left after a high fever, until she comes back. You hope to perform an autopsy, the dead and nagging questions. The mountain you retreat to has a dirt road with a stream across it. When it's dark, it's really dark, so you're glad she's come. Her words a pregnant creek. You have some feeling in your right molar, each timber of the porch a clarified geometer. The gleam of white you find while walking the dog is quartz. The mountains flush with it, and each and every red and dusted stone yields shining flesh. You've come to do an autopsy, and at the first excision, found a beating heart. Is 7 such a lucky number? Now you've changed enough to be cynical. After 7 years, you've regenerated every cell in your body. After 7 years, there's some new constellation in your house of damage. After 7 years, you've fucked enough women to know better. After 7 years, the slant of her eyes tilts your beautiful, wavering house, complete with wife and dog, into the chasm behind the curtain. Palimpsest. A blank is thrown into the air. At its extremities, it changes its behavior. Something so simple as an object in flight has acquired a tripartite aspect, a critical point lying between points, marking its regular behavior. A tour of the calculus. You are a third-generation beast in a first-generation world of open legs. You were 6 when you read your mother's Marquis de Sade. It explains so much about things in the house. Kama Sutra at 7, but you remained unimpressed. Likewise at 8 by the flaccid illustrations and the joy of sex. Yet the paintings of shoji at 9, kimonos parted over thick white penises, the arc of them shining into pleated vulvas. You talk to them first, pay close attention to details, are interested and easily amused. Women like that. Always a voracious reader, you turn their pages, memorize the deep structure of their grammar, their adjectival clauses, a question in private that puts them off guard. Women are so polite, so crisscrossed with borders. Sometimes it's like stealing, taking something you don't really want just to get away with it. Sometimes you tell them you love them. Sometimes, not often, this is true. You hold back enough to keep them curious. Women like that. Wounded enough to be salvageable. Women like that too. Fixing things. Take in the broken wing you drag like a decoy. You fuck artfully, are disappointed by graceless fumblings. You give them one more chance, just to placate your horrified friends, to say, I fucked her twice, avoid the one-night stand hisses. Not that the PR helps your reputation or your sex life. Some things do not improve with time. You are hungry. Each one tastes different. Lavish tongue wherever they push your mouth. Creases slick with sweat and hair and the particular liquid of an armpit. You are not clean. You are not fresh. You are not pleased with extended foreplay. You want the fuck. Your hands as full of cunt as the stretch can dare. The edge of pain and fear, their screams, delicious bells pealing, small, rough, soft hands grabbing. Sometimes you make an offering of yourself. They think they take, and you open wide to swallow them whole. You are not generous. When you can't fuck, hunger makes you walk the streets alone and weep. If the moon is full, your womb is an aching crater. The doctor says your hormones are fucked up. She wants you to take the pill to stabilize them. They make you feel pregnant and bitter, and you won't stop smoking. You quit taking them, though it means you will get cancer. Eggs struggle against the membrane and wait to be let out, die and decay there, festering cysts. On the sonogram, your ovaries like asteroids against the tulips of your fallopian tubes. When you can't fuck, you write about not fucking. You plan the next escapade, have dreams where you hook up with blue-eyed Australian men. You kiss women young enough to be your daughters, masturbate several times a day, and get no work done. Your friends say that this is good for you, that you need to stop fucking so much. That if you do it less, you will think about it less. They are lying as usual. You think they are jealous of how you feed, how they repress their own gluttony. You think of sins, of church, of priests, of how the hood of the clitoris is like the nave of a cathedral. You are not penitent. When you haven't fucked for long enough, you make bad fuck judgments. You fuck a lawyer who has never fucked a woman before. Women are so kind, says the Virgin. Women are sensitive and caring. Her hope is a virus. You say nothing. She makes good rum cake and wants to watch TV. You fuck her tiny cunt with 3 fingers while you patiently suck her clit. You are unceremonious. You disabuse. You fuck your best friend the night before your father's funeral. You fuck your ex's best friend the week before you get back together with your ex. You fall in love. You fall in love with a star in a different constellation, city, state, relationship. Her lovers have good credit and dark hair. She meets you in the back room. You fuck her in the armchair before the fireplace when her lover is away, pull down the laces of her mouth and shove your hand into the bruised cuff. Her face a quick flush of heat, lips purple from your teeth. You blind, bind, beat. Her geography wears at your nipples. You map her in reticent bodies. Know a crystal glass by how it sings beneath your moistened fingers. You lend money. When you are not fucking, your generosity knows no bounds. When you have no more money, you share your food. When you have no more food, you give good advice. Everyone tells you you should be a therapist. You've been lying since you were 6. The Marquis de Sade was all about presentation. Your origin, a story your mother used. Your luteinizing hormone will not release the eggs. The gynecologist laughed. You were 18 years old and she thought your dickless state was a joke. You are not a joke, and you have your own dicks. You refuse to make love. Take the consumptive tunnel and give it fuck. The edge of the tub, the arm of the sofa, your brother's rocking horse, fruit, vegetables, tongues, fists, nipples, fingers, toes, toothbrushes, bottles, candles, handles, plastic, porcelain, silicone, glass. You are not injured. You are not healing. You are taking it, lying down. So, that's the end, that's the beginning. Then what happens? The next thing is semiotic and eternal. Your pen has dried. You're driving toward fanaticism. You're visiting the intrepid and pretending you're the captain. You're going to nuclear bomb something beautiful. You will leave no child behind. You are a naturally occurring phenomenon, a cyclone, a printer's gasp. Your bed is the frosty garden. October mornings, she's gone. A light is flashing somewhere. A disembodied voice announces textual desire. In your mind, you hear her call for water. If she were any closer, you'd eat her for dinner. As it is, you're starving, and not. You weather this all with seeming good humor. Write notes to amuse yourself. You have become too earnest, trying so hard to mean something important. Watch the drain and hear your stomach growl. Negroes make me hungry too, she says. You need an explanation, but say nothing to this boastful non sequitur. You want to amuse her with your bones. This time, you were only trying to put her to sleep, but she wouldn't behave. You shot so many horses from under her, but she would not rest. You let her think that would be it, that she wouldn't have given you her precious insides. On the edge of grovel and granted, you sat astride her back and tied her hands. This tender captaincy, the grainy stash, this hardened fauceter under her eyes. You're turning the equator and groping along an edge to the crisp teeth perched on purple lips, hiding your treasure and seek. Phase down. The beginning of the end. In the single efflorescent instrument of a differential equation, the particular is seen as an aspect of the general, and the general seen as an aspect of the particular, a tour of the calculus. Now you play at illusions. Storm clouds rumble above her house. I think we should be friends for just. If any of that mattered, you'd have already gnawed off your leg. You are refuge at the end of a dangerous path. The Navy put microbes on the boots of colored men to mimic the tracking of deadly viruses. The chemical warfare heats up. Over dinner with your brother, he coughs. It sounds like her on the phone afterwards, dragging the infestations, everyone, dragging. She is here, but you can't see her. It's another blank mirror, an atom thumb. Between seats, the heads spill in cracks, silent, nodding. She runs by the aisle. You make excuses, run after. You cannot find her. You search the labyrinthine basement to wall that curves whitely. Run your hand along, pursuing space, the curvature of blank longing. Run up the stairs, 2 at a time, outside to where a man freezes and smokes a cigarette. Or is it an icicle? Or is it the bicycle your brother left in the shed, pouring from his face, the past in his cheeks, something green and rusting, humid, a nightmare, the one in which you, breathless, re-enter the hall and sit too many rows behind her and her girlfriend. You watch the men march on television. She is a letter in the envelope of your body. A general with your father's mouth sputters over documents. Something about obstruction and leaning. You crease. She unfolds. The bold paragraph in the dimple of her back is blue. Everything the same terrible color. Gather in her breasts like sails, like nets, and draw deep. The hand pumps between, a link to turning inside, out. All the displaced lust in the world would not pacify this quest. The fist in the center of your chest is turning. Everything behind it is wet and begging. Your ears pop in the tunnel. Fragrances of sound emerge dully. Postulate, gratiating consciousness. Around the fist, the scar tissue thickens. You were born with that wound. It's getting deeper. Petroglyph. The world remains forever more various than the symbols used to contain it. After you, your ex-lovers seem to fall into more promising arrangements. They find the perfect one they thought you were, with your salmon twisting. Each time you smile on the phone, murmur, "of course," or "guaranteed." Sometimes you meet them for coffee uptown, receive cooing emails of their children. You run into your friends on the street. Your ex begs goodbye. Her husband is waiting. Your friends appreciate her ask, "Were you two ever together?" You say, "No, not really." The night your chest exploded, you got a boy to take your mind off. Unlike the other boys you loved, you fucked this one. Anything to fill the hole she'd left. Took him inside to push everything else out. In the daylight, the apartment smelled of latex and bitter sweat, and a black hole gaped at the corner of the bed. You sent him on his way. The easy anonymity of straight people, there are so many of them. He blearily offered a movie as you pushed him out the door. She doesn't answer. You toss your words again and again into the fountain, where the letters glimmer like coins. The year bears the stretch marks of how you woke from arms that held you safe and sleeping. Your eyes no longer close. The stars have claimed you. In the room, love sleeps where you've left it, to follow crumbs that vultures covet. Tree crabs scuttle beneath your groping fingers. Boas curl bones in the forks of branches. The Sahara is a page, a desert so vast it could only be named desert. The thing itself and the idea of it and all deserts after it named what kind of facsimile? Gobi, Sinai. You climb the hills strewn with rocks behind Muhammad, named like the desert, and the night is falling, and donkey brays at your side irritable. Ali hits it with a pipe that whistles against its dusky hide. Your Mary Janes are stained with pee and dust. Your feet push thickly at the half moon and ankle. The diplomat doesn't care about the moon rising or the fact that you have peed on your own feet out here. She is trying to keep her knee from breaking. She is pushing on, ahead of you, not looking back, caught up in it was all her own idea. You stumble and your head snaps back as the Milky Way cascades into your mouth. Ah, but it's beautiful, you say, and you should walk with me. Silken belly, Cumulus layers shelve stratocumulus and far, far about, the nimbus of her hair, each melted emerald eye and ember bereft, the fading shore from the prow of a boat, your mother waving goodbye. As the fires burned on the river, the smoke curled around her face turned back to you, singing elemental. In that place, this fall, you walk alone as the music hums beneath the bridges and the three rivers burn together in the night. Thank you.